So, thank you for joining me, Rosie. I think we've got a couple of questions, haven't we? So, first question is, why did you decide to do an apprenticeship?
I think I always knew I wanted to go into an aviation career, like engineering specifically.
Yeah.
And I knew that an apprenticeship was going to be the best route for me. I loved being hands-on, and what I wanted to do in aeronautical engineering or aircraft maintenance was naturally going to be hands-on. So I think A-levels and uni wasn't the natural route for me because it was very classroom-based.
Yeah. Fair enough. Really, really interesting. And my second question is, how did you secure an apprenticeship with Airbus?
So I initially saw the job posted online, so posted my initial interest, and then I had an online interview. So I had to pre-record sort of
Yeah.
my answers to questions.
They're hard, aren't they?
They are difficult,
Yeah.
yeah, almost more difficult than face-to-face interviews,
Yeah.
I think. And then I got invited to a skills test, so I had to visit the college that I would be studying in, and we did like a timed skills test, which was electrical based. Yeah, that was the final stage.
Brilliant.
From there.
Thank you. What did your apprenticeship level involve? Like, what was the details, the nitty-gritties of it all?
So I did a level 3 apprenticeship. I got a BTEC in aeronautical engineering and then also a MVQ in performing engineering operations. So my first year was solely academic in college, where I learned hand skills in their workshop. And then my second and third year was 4 days on placements within Airbus with 1 day release doing my BTEC in the college.
Sure, like really, really fascinating. You mentioned sort of your hands-on skills, and I think this sort of feeds into my next question about you did the WorldSkills UK competition, right? And you're nodding your head.
Yeah.
Very, very proud of that in Lyon, France, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How did this help your apprenticeship?
So I think the amount that I learned from the training with WorldSkills UK and all the different pressure tests and starting from national competitions all the way to international really takes your technical skills to an elite level, which then obviously applies to work and your apprenticeship. But also like the softer skills like communication and leadership, it really did sort of change who I was as a person. I think I was very quiet, very reserved at the start. And now, things like public speaking, and they sort of expose you to all of that, the stuff outside of your skills that prepares you for future.
Well, I mean, coming on to the future bit, so you're now at College Cambria. How's taking on from everything that you've learned from your apprenticeship and the WorldSkills UK Challenge, all of that, how is that helping you now today?
I think if it hadn't been for my apprenticeship and for the WorldSkills UK programme, I wouldn't be teaching. I'm 22 years old and I'm actually teaching people that aren't much younger than myself that I was in the position of, 5 years ago. So I am, really proud and really grateful for that. And I think without, as I said, all that technical experience and the other experience that came with it, I wouldn't have landed that position for many, many years into my career.
So, like you say, 22 and teaching, that's really incredible. Quite a challenge, probably.
Yeah, very much a challenge, but really rewarding.
Sort of my next point would be, there are a lot of myths around apprenticeships. Are there any that you'd like to bust?
I think it's a very common sort of thought that maybe apprenticeships aren't as valuable as degrees, which just isn't true at all. I mean, you can do degrees in a lot of apprenticeships. Mine wasn't. But even if you're doing an apprenticeship that isn't for a degree, it's just for a BTEC or an MVQ, in some industries, like aircraft maintenance or aircraft manufacturing, that industry experience and that hands-on practical experience can be more valuable than a degree. If a degree is very classroom-based, the theoretical side of the engineering that you're learning is great, but if you don't know how to use the tool to fix an aircraft of the industry you're in, then you are lacking that experience that someone that's done an apprenticeship might have. So I would say that they're not less valuable at all.
I think you've busted a myth there.
Yeah.
And apart, you get paid and you don't come with that. So there's all those benefits, but it's the skills, isn't it?
Yes.
That you really take away from it.
Absolutely.
And my final sort of question would be on, what would you say to someone, or what advice would you give to someone who's maybe contemplating an apprenticeship?
I would say apprenticeships in general, give you so much like versatility, and they give you them skills that you need sort of for life, I suppose. Especially in engineering, people that are looking to go into engineering, I will shout about engineering until the cows go home, literally. I think there's so many variables to engineering. Once you're in it, you can really decide like what sector if you want to go into, because it's so transferable, and apprenticeships help you gain those transferable skills. So even if you start in aerospace and then you want to go into car mechanics, for example. Yeah, they're not the same, but you've got the foundation
Those skills, exactly.
skills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you. You've been incredible. Thank you for answering all those questions, and
Thank you very much.
hope to see more of you soon.
Definitely.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.